All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're talking about AI, but probably not in the way you're used to. We're going to look at it from a totally different angle, not as some kind of threat, but as the ultimate key to unlocking the potential you didn't even know you had. So let's just get this out of the way. I'm sure this question has been on your mind, right? You see the news, you hear people talking, and it's totally natural to feel a little worried about where your career is headed. But what if I told you that all that fear, it's all based on a huge misunderstanding of what AI is actually here for? What if that whole AI is coming for my job story is just, well, wrong? Okay, this right here, this is the core idea for today. AI isn't your competition, it's your collaborator. Think of it like a power-up in a video game, a booster rocket for your skills. It's here to help you tap into a power that's already inside you. And there's this fantastic Japanese word for this very thing, Sokojikara. It means your true underlying power, that deep well of talent you have that's just waiting to be used. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about, unlocking. So the whole point of this explainer is to give you a clear, step-by-step roadmap. We're going to flip that feeling of being threatened into a huge opportunity and show you exactly how to build what we call hybrid skills by working with AI. And that's the magic word right there, hybrid skills. Now, this isn't about throwing everything away and learning to code from scratch. No. It's about taking what you're already great at, mixing it with other skills, and then pouring AI all over it like gasoline on a fire. That combination, that's what makes you rare, and that's what makes you valuable. Now, to really get why these hybrid skills are so critical, we have to look at why just sticking to one single skill is becoming a really risky move in this new world. Think about it. In the past, a lot of our value at work came from just doing things. The repetitive, tedious tasks. But AI is getting incredibly good at all that. So our role is shifting. We're now being freed up to focus on what humans do best, creating and hybridizing. The smart, strategic, creative work that AI just can't do on its own. So here's the bottom line. AI takes care of the grunt work. And when it does that, it frees up your time, your brain power, your creative energy. It lets you operate on a totally different level, to think bigger and to finally unleash that latent power, your Sokojikara, with AI right there by your side as a partner. Okay, let's get practical. Step 1 of our roadmap. This isn't about chasing some random new skill. It's about figuring out what powerful combination you can create starting with what you already know. This is the winning formula. And notice that little X in the middle. It's a multiplier. You take the skills you already have, the stuff you spent years getting good at, and you multiply their power with AI. This isn't just adding a skill, it's creating exponential growth. And this chart just shows it perfectly. Let's say you're a good writer. You combine that with some killer AI prompting skills, and boom, you're a high-speed content creator. Got a great eye for design? You pair that with AI image generation, and suddenly you're an AI art director. Even being an Excel wizard, when you mix that with AI data analysis, you become an instant data analyst. See how that works? Just to give you a real-world example, the very content you're watching right now is a hybrid skill set in action. It's a mix of cultural knowledge, knowing how to communicate with AI, some video editing, and the ability to structure information. Any one of these skills on its own isn't enough, but when you combine them, you create something totally new. So let's move on to step 2. Once you've figured out the hybrid skill you want to build, the name of the game is mastering it as quickly as possible. And that means focused, deep work, not just kind of messing around with it. And here's a brilliant way to do it, the Pomodoro technique. It's simple. You set a timer for 25 minutes of super focused learning. That's your input. Then, the moment the timer goes off, you spend 5 minutes immediately using what you just learned. That's your output. This tight little loop of input, then output, is one of the fastest ways to make a new skill really sink in. And this leads to a really powerful insight. A lot of people see AI as just a tool to do things faster, but many experts, particularly in Japan, are using it in a much deeper way. They treat it like a thinking partner to bounce ideas off of, to challenge their own thinking, and to go deeper into their own field. It's a very dense and rich way of using AI, and that's the level we should all be aiming for. Okay, we're on to our final step. And honestly, this might be the most important one. Because look, having a skill is one thing, but it doesn't mean anything until you can prove to someone else that you can actually use it. So the trick here is to completely change your mindset. Don't think, okay, first I'll learn everything and then I'll build something. No, instead, you create the proof while you are learning. Every single study session should result in something you can actually show someone. So how do you actually do this? Well, you treat your learning time like a real project. Use AI to whip up something valuable, like a quick marketing analysis for a fake company. And then share it. Put it on social media. Talk about your process. That becomes your portfolio, your proof. In fact, this whole channel, this is my proof. So let's bring it all home. We've just walked through a clear 3-step plan to turn AI from something you might be worried about into your single greatest career advantage. Let's do a quick recap on how to unlock your Sokojikara. It really just boils down to these 3 things. First, discover your unique hybrid by multiplying what you already know with AI. Second, master that new skill using focused, deep work. And third, prove your value to the world by building that micro portfolio as you go. So remember this, AI is not your replacement. It is the ultimate partner to help you unlock that true underlying power that we all have. It's the key to becoming rare, valuable, and totally future-proof in your career. And that leaves us with one final question for you to think about. What's a skill you already have? What's your thing? And what new skill could you combine with it to create something amazing? The answer is totally unique to you, and it's just waiting for you to discover it.